Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Surviving with Sicket.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thanks so much for tuning back in for our next episode here. As you probably saw in the last episode, we got our cows and our sheep started up here, and we got some crops planted in the field that we got over here by the river. So we got a good little start. We got our sugar cane spread out. As we talked about a little bit, we are still living just in this little hole in the wall for now. We're gonna do a little bit of exploring in this episode today to get some of the materials that we talked about, some clay, some other materials that we might want to use in our starter house. So we're pretty ready to go. I do think since we only have a chest plate and some leggings on right now, we may want to see if we have enough iron to get a helmet and some boots on, and maybe make ourselves like an iron sword as well, so that we have some good gear to go do a little bit of exploring. We got our shield here ready to go that we made in the last episode, or maybe even the first episode. So that'll help us out with any skeletons or mobs that might attack us when we're out exploring or down in caves or anything like that. But yeah, I think we're gonna maybe peek around a little bit. We never looked over at the other side beyond this hill, so let's start just by taking a look over there. We know that we have a bit of an ocean over this way, past where we found the village over there, and then up this way we had another valley that went into either a lake or an ocean. Not sure how big that water was, but we got a few decent places that we could explore those ways. But I think next we want to go out this way a little bit, over the other side of this big hill, and see what else is out that way. And then we'll kind of decide which way we might want to explore a little further. So let's go back over here real quick and see if we have enough iron to get a full set of iron gear. Let's see, we got 14. Let's make a sword to start so that we know we have that. We may want to try to save 3 for another iron pick, since ours is getting pretty low there. That will give us enough for a hat and some boots. That is perfect. We have just enough, so we will be fully geared up here with that. And then we'll have enough iron to make another iron pick while we're out there if we need to as well. Just dump off some of this extra stuff. We don't necessarily need all this when we're going out. We probably won't explore too awful far because we do have still a bit of a limited food supply. I haven't gotten around to feeding up the animals as much as I would have liked, but we at least have some food to start. We got a lot of copper here as well that we're mining out, so we might be able to use some of that in the starter build, depending on what palette we go with. But now that we got our gear, let's go ahead and take a peek over this way and see what is on the other side of this pretty good sized hill here. Okay, so it looks like we do have another bit of water over here on this side, a big old ravine here as well. More of the dripstone caves that we've been seeing all around this area. That's a pretty deep one as well. That one you can see goes all the way down to deep slate there. We can see we got some redstone, some lapis, some coal, lots of resources down there. Oh, a little bit of iron there as well. We may be able to grab some resources down there eventually. It looks like some water that goes out into a plains with some more large hills on the other side there. And we got a bit of a forest to this side. Let's see if we can see anything past that just from here. Is that? Oh, nope. Thought that might have been a jungle, but it looks like just some big trees sticking together. I thought that was like the edge of a jungle there, but looks like just a regular forest. We are going to definitely start getting some mob spawns. Ooh, we've got our first Enderman spawn. A little early to start getting Enderman, but hey, some early Ender pearls is never a bad idea. So actually, I'm gonna real quickly, while we have this guy here, see if I can't find a little spot. Let's go over here a little more. Oh, there's a witch. No, we're not gonna deal with that right now. Okay, let's run back over, get our bed. We're gonna bring our bed with us for this adventure, I think. Luckily, our main starting area, we started out right near spawn, so if we take our bed with us and we do end up destroying the bed, which if you're not familiar, when you sleep in a bed, that sets your respawn point. If you destroy that bed, though, if you break that bed, then that does reset your respawn point to the world spawn, which was right up on the hill where we started. So if we were to go out there and then end up dying with all our stuff after we've broken our bed, we might lose some of our stuff, but at least we will end up back here near spawn and near our little starter hole in the wall. So we're gonna bring our bed with us so that we can try to sleep through these nights as we go while we're exploring, so we don't have to deal with as many of these mobs during our exploration. Shoot me, please, Skelly. Block. Oh, we got our not today, thank you. All right. Oh, got into bed. Oh, got an arrow stuck out in my arm. All right. So now those mobs should start burning up. We can maybe take care of that spider if he's sticking by the door, since he won't burn up. Baby zombie. Alright, we got our bed with us now. So, there was a bit of water over that way. I think what we'll do is explore down this way, see if this loops around to that little lake that we saw, and we'll head out. Let's see, what direction is this? North. Okay, so I guess that's a good direction to start out exploring. So we'll start out exploring to the north here, see if this wraps around to that lake or ocean that we saw, and see what kind of stuff we have out to the north of our spawn area here. So we just came around the north side of the hill here that we started on, and we got a bit of a large sunflower field biome here. We'll grab a few of these sunflowers. Those will be good for yellow dye in the future in case we need to get yellow concrete powder, or yellow wool, any of that kind of stuff. But look at this. As I was walking over, I saw the top of a house, and it looks like we have another village just right over here. Again, quite a precarious spot for the village, kind of half on the top of this big hill and half down here at the bottom, but that could be helpful if we need more villagers than what we can get from the first village that we got there. I won't worry too much about going and trying to secure these guys right now. Hopefully we'll get out of the area quick enough that they won't be loaded for very long, so we won't have to worry about them getting zombified. But just thought I'd bring you back in to show you we got another village, just one, looks like one right on either side of us here, one on the kind of east side over there, and one over here on this west side of the hill that we started on. So that's pretty nice that we have a couple of villages that we can get villagers from, have some backups if we need them. We also got some flowers. It looks like that might be a really small, there's tulips there. I think that the tulips only grow in a flower forest biome. So it looks like we may have a really small flower forest biome right in there in the middle of this little lake here, which it does look like this was just a little lake that we had on this side, but there's a huge mountain over here. So I think that'll be another cool spot to explore. But for now, I think we're going to just continue on going north a little further and see what else is out this way. So we've continued a bit further to the north here on our journey to just explore around a bit, see what we can find out a little bit further out in this world here. I did on my way grab a little bit more food, so we're gonna cook that up, and then I think we'll go ahead and hop in a boat and go across this water here. It's looking like it's a pretty decent sized ocean, and a lot of the time if we're looking for a different biome, crossing over an ocean might not be a bad idea, because a lot of the time when the generation happens for the world, when the world gets loaded and gets generated, the game will try to put similar biomes close to each other. So if they're similar like temperature, so like a desert and a savanna, things like that might spawn close together, whereas plains and forests might also spawn close together. So it might be good to go across the ocean here just to see if there's some different biomes that we might be able to find a little further to the north here. So we're gonna grab a little bit more food here. I don't think we'll need all of that to cook. We can cook some more up later, and then we'll go ahead and see what we might be able to find across the other side of this ocean. Could end up being a lot of ocean, or we may end up running into some land right on the other side here. But we'll kind of peek around as we go too, because we may be able to find some other good stuff out here in the ocean. Oh, what is that? Oh, looks like we might have a ruined portal over here. Go check this out, see if it has a chest that spawned with it, see if we can get anything good out of that. Not much of the portal actually there, so it may not be something that we could use to get to the nether necessarily. Got a lot of crying obsidian in there. That's not something that actually will create a portal. So, oh wow, oh hey, that's nice, a golden apple. We've got a golden chest plate with thorns on it. Thorns isn't an enchantment that I necessarily usually use, but hey, golden chest plate. 2 obsidian in there, which is our first obsidian. As you see, ice bucket challenge. We didn't even have to mine it up, so that is nice. And a little bit of flint. I guess we'll take that. We may have to drop that later as our inventory is getting a little bit full here. So if we find anything else that's worth taking, we may need to leave some other stuff that we've found. But that's a good little find in that ruined portal. Some decent stuff, some obsidian and a gold chest plate there. Let's go ahead and continue on to the north. Oh wow, looks like we got a shipwreck here as well. So let's maybe dive down into that. We can see if there's anything good in the chest in the shipwreck. Usually it has, I believe, 3 chests can spawn depending on how broken down the shipwreck is. So dive down in here and see. Let's jump right on in. I believe this chest would have some of the goodies. Yeah. Oh, look, that's 20. That is a good bit of iron there. Some gold. I think we will go ahead and drop this flint. Oh, we're drowning. Let's get up. Catch our breath here a little bit and go back down. What else did we have in there? I saw some emeralds in there, which could be good. Take those. Take this iron to add to what we have. The lapis and the flint, I think we'll leave. I think we'll be able to get those later on. I don't think that's something we need to take with us, but that was a pretty good bit of iron there. Let's see if there's another chest in here somewhere. There's one here. Oh, we got some moss. Moss is good. Bamboo is also very good. What can we leave behind here? Let's see. Let's go up to the surface and see if there's anything we don't really need here. I think we can maybe drop off some of the uncooked food, or we could cook that. Actually, let's just go ahead and cook that up. Maybe we'll free up some space for ourselves. Cook up that, and we'll jump back in here. Let's grab this bamboo, because that is something good that we can start farming up once we get it back. A little bit more coal is definitely good to have. Wheat. We actually got quite a bit of wheat from a couple more villages that we saw on our way up here. There's actually, I believe, 2 more villages that we saw between the one that I showed you last on that big hill and the beach that we ended up starting out on to cross this ocean here. I think we saw 2 more villages. I didn't really explore the villages too much, but I did grab a little bit of the hay bales that they had just sitting out. That'll be good for bread if we really get low on food, but it'll also be really good for bringing back and feeding up some of the animals that we have back in our pens back at our starter base there, or our starter hole in the wall. So that's a good bit of wheat that we can use to get those animals bred up and be able to get more food. Let's throw this pork in there. Let's throw one more coal in there just to make sure it cooks all the way through all that. But that'll free up a little bit more space for us. What else did we have down in here? Anything else that we want to take with us? We got some poison potatoes. We don't really need that. suspicious stew, a leather cap with aqua affinity on it. Aqua affinity is a good enchantment, helps us be able to mine underwater just as fast as we can mine above water. So it's a nice enchantment, but on a leather cap, I don't think that's something that we really need. So we'll leave that one. We'll just finish cooking up this food. And I believe there could potentially be one more chest down under the other side of this if it's not totally buried. Let's see. Let's get our shovel out and see if we can dig some of this up. Catch a little bit of air here and go down. We got an air pocket here. Here's the doorway in. Let's see if the chest actually spawned under here. Yep. And we got a buried treasure map. We will take that with us. I don't think we'll necessarily go look for that buried treasure right now. That'll probably be something we'll do in a later episode. Do some more exploring and go looking for buried treasure, other good loot. The paper and the clock I think we'll leave for now. Some pretty good stuff there from that shipwreck. Go ahead and drop this dirt. We don't need that. Let's grab our food. Let's take our furnace with us. All right, let's go ahead and continue on to the north here. See what else we can find. It looks like we do have a dark oak forest. That is good. So what I think we'll try to at least grab from this is a couple of dark oak saplings. That way, since we don't have a ton of inventory space right now, we can at least bring back some of the saplings to be able to plant these back towards our base and be able to farm up some dark oak. That'll be awesome to give ourselves a little bit more variety in our wood types that we have available to us. The problem is, I think we'll get rid of these sunflowers. We have that whole big sunflower biome, or sunflower plains back by our starter area there. So I don't think we need to carry those around with us. Let me just see. I don't think I'm going to chop down any of these trees because, like I said, I don't have a lot of inventory space. I think we're just going to try to chop down some of the leaves and see if we can't get at least 4 saplings. With the dark oak, if you're not familiar, we do need at least 4 saplings for this one to be able to grow a tree, whereas most of the other trees like oak and birch and acacia, things like that, you only need 1 sapling. Dark oak is the one tree type, at least I believe it's the only tree type that requires you to have 4. It has to be done in a 2x2. See how these are all 2x2 bases here, so you do need at least 4 saplings for the dark oak trees to be able to grow those. So let's see if we can get one more here. Oh, right on the last one, right before our hoe broke, we got the 4th dark oak sapling, so that is good. I think we'll leave that for now. Let's go just over here to this little beach and take a quick nap to get through the night here. And oh, perfect. This is exactly what we were looking for. I was just about to mention that one of the main things that we're looking for is what's that biome under the ground called there? Hello, zombie. Looking for a lush cave, and with the lush caves you can't really tell where they are since they're underground. The only indicator that there is these new trees here. Well, I guess they're not super new anymore, but the azalea trees. So you can tell the difference between the oak trees and the azalea trees because they have these flowering azalea leaves on them. So this indicates that there may very possibly be a lush cave right underneath here. So what I'm going to probably do is look around a little bit and see if there's a cave we can find to go into. and see if we can get down underground here and see if this is in fact a lush cave underneath us. Looks like there might be a way down right over here. Little cows and sheep. Let's see if this goes deeper down into the caves here. Awesome, so it does look like just down into the cave here. We didn't have to go down in too far actually, and it looks like there is some lush cave section over there. Also, as you can see, quite a few mobs down here, so we're gonna have to be careful getting in here, but if we can get down there and light up the place a little bit, we may be able to check it out and see if there's a good bit of clay that we can gather here for materials for our starter base. Let's try to carefully come down here. There's a couple torches. Where did that creeper go? There's definitely a creeper down here somewhere. Get rid of these guys. Skeleton causes trouble if he gets too close. Come here, zombie. Alright, we got those guys taken care of. I don't see that creeper that was down here, which... Creeper's, yeah. Oh, looks like maybe did he fall or go down that hole there? Okay. So let's jump right down in here, try to block some of these arrows from these skeletons. Yeah, let them fight each other. That's awesome. While they're doing that, let's light up this area a little bit so we can hopefully not get snuck up on too bad. You guys want to fight each other too? That would be great. There we go. Hello, creeper. I will back up a little bit. Let's get rid of this creeper here. Alright, I do kind of want these bones. Anything we can get rid of for a few bones. Let's just drop a little bit of those planks there. We have some extra wood if we need it. Alright, let's keep lighting this up a little bit more. To keep ourselves a bit safe down here. The one problem we are going to have is that inventory space. We may end up having to maybe make a chest or something and leave some stuff just in a chest somewhere so we can have enough space to bring some of this stuff back. But for now, we're just going to light it up, get ourselves situated here so we can take a little peek. It looks like there is quite a bit of clay down in here, which is awesome. Get out of here, zombie. Alright. Well, this is definitely looking like a pretty good area for us to be able to get some good amount of clay. I want to probably get rid of that lava over there. We definitely need to eat, heal ourselves up a little bit. Alright, well, we have... Get our shovel out. We have a couple inventory slots here, so I think what we might do is just grab as much of this clay as we can and then start heading back so we can drop off a bunch of materials back at the base, back at the little hole in the wall. That way, you know, we're not just, you know, going into places with no inventory space and not being able to collect any of the goodies. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this and then we'll head back over to the starting area there to drop off some of our goodies and see what we can do from there. Okay, so we've made it back to our little hole in the wall here. We were actually able to pick up over 3 stacks of clay, so that will be awesome. I'm thinking that should be enough for what I planned for the starter base. So now that we've gotten that, that was kind of one of the main resources that I think we needed to go exploring in order to find. We also did get those dark oak saplings, so I'll probably plant those up and get those started growing so we can get ourselves a good supply of dark oak as just an additional wood source to be able to use along with any, oak or birch that we have closer by. I think aside from that, really all that I want to try to gather some more of is going to be a good bit of dripstone and some of the deep slate, and maybe continue feeding up these sheep to get a bit more wool, and of course the cows as well to get food. But as far as building, we may use some wool in the building as well. So I think we're in a pretty good spot now to just gather a little bit more resources and finally actually get started on that starter base. We pushed it back a couple episodes so that hopefully we can put something together that's a little bit fancier, a little bit nicer than just a basic cobblestone and oak starter house. So I think that will be what we'll really try to focus on in the next episode, is getting something a bit more cozy than our little hole in the wall. Not that hole in the wall isn't cozy, but an actual house would be nice as something to come back to after a long day of exploring like we had today. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. Hopefully in the next episode we'll be able to get a good starter house going right here in this open valley here, and we'll have a nice place to come home to after we explore. And I think really that'll set us up to start being able to actually go over to those villages and start bringing some of those villages over, and maybe making a place for them where we can start getting some more villagers and start getting some trades from them. So that's where we're going to leave it for today. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day, great night, great evening, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.